What up, fam? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a story that's as old as time, but we're bringing it right here, right now, to the concrete jungle of New York City. This ain't just history. This is about loyalty, betrayal, and a strength that comes from somewhere beyond the physical. This is the story of Samson, the protector of the block. In the heart of the city, amidst the towering project buildings and the constant hum of life, there was Samson. This dude was different. He wasn't just strong, he was a force of nature. When rival gangs tried to creep into the neighborhood, bringing their poison and their problems, Samson was the wall they couldn't break. He single-handedly kept the peace, ensuring kids could play on the blacktop and elders could sit on the benches without fear. He was their guardian, their champion, a gift to the community. His strength was legendary, and the secret to it was woven into the very fabric of his being, symbolized by the long, flowing dreadlocks he never cut. It was his covenant, his connection to a higher power. The gang leaders, they hated him. He was bad for business. They threw everything they had at him, but nothing worked. Samson was untouchable, a one-man army who protected his people with a righteous fury. They couldn't beat him with force, so they decided to attack his heart. And that's when she appeared. Delilah. Man, she was something else. She had a smile that could light up the darkest alleyway and eyes that seemed to see right into your soul. She moved into the neighborhood, and it didn't take long for her to catch Samson's eye. He was captivated, completely head over heels. For the first time, the strongest man on the block felt vulnerable, not in body, but in heart. He saw a future in her eyes, a life beyond the constant fight. What Samson didn't know was that Delilah's arrival was no coincidence. The leader of the biggest rival crew had found her, saw her beauty, and saw an opportunity. He offered her a life she'd only dreamed of, stacks of cash, designer clothes, a way out of the struggle. All she had to do was find out the source of Samson's incredible strength. The temptation was too much. She agreed, trading love for money and loyalty for a lie. At first, she was subtle. "Samson, my love," she'd say, her voice like honey. "How can one man be so strong? You're like a superhero. What's your secret?" 3 times he played along, giving her fake answers. He'd say it was one thing, she'd tell the gang. They'd burst in to ambush him, and he'd easily fight them off, laughing. But Delilah was persistent. She turned on the waterworks, accusing him of not trusting her, of not truly loving her. "If you loved me, you wouldn't keep secrets from me," she cried. Her tears were his kryptonite. Samson, the man who could face down an entire gang without flinching, couldn't bear to see her cry. His love for her clouded his judgment. Finally, exhausted and heartbroken, he confessed everything. He told her about his vow, his covenant, and how his strength was tied to his uncut hair. He poured out his soul, placing his biggest vulnerability right in the palm of her hand. That night, as Samson slept peacefully with his head in her lap, believing he was safe in the arms of the woman he loved, Delilah made her move. With a pair of scissors, she quietly snipped off each of his long locks. The symbol of his strength, his connection to his purpose, fell to the floor. The moment the last lock was cut, he felt it. A deep, hollowing emptiness. The power that had surged through his veins was gone. He was just a man. "Samson, the enemy is here!" she screamed. He jolted awake, ready to fight as he always had. But when he flexed his muscles, there was nothing. The explosive power was gone. The gang members, who once trembled at the sight of him, now swarmed him with ease. They laughed as they overpowered him, this fallen giant. And in the chaos, as they dragged him away, the gang leader, fulfilling a final, cruel part of his plan, pulled out a gun. A loud bang echoed through the projects. Samson fell, bleeding on the pavement he once protected. He was broken, betrayed, and left for dead. But as he lay there, his life fading, he did the only thing he had left to do. He prayed. With his last breaths, he looked up to the sky and spoke to God. "Lord," he whispered, "I know I messed up. I let my heart blind me and I broke my promise, but please, just this one last time, give me my strength back. Let me finish this. Let me protect my people one final time." In that moment, a miracle happened. A surge of power, more intense than anything he had ever felt before, coursed through his body. He felt the strength return, a divine fire reigniting in his soul. With a roar that shook the very foundations of the buildings, Samson rose. The gang members, celebrating their victory, turned in shock. He was a whirlwind of righteous vengeance. He moved through them, not just as a man, but as an instrument of justice. In a final, cataclysmic act of sacrifice, he brought the fight to them with everything he had, ensuring their reign of terror was over for good. When the dust settled, the enemies were defeated, and the neighborhood was finally, truly safe. And Samson, his mission complete, collapsed, his last breath a prayer of thanks. He died a hero, a legend whose story would be told for generations. A tragic tale of a love that cost him everything, but also a powerful reminder that true strength isn't just in our muscles, but in our faith and our willingness to sacrifice for what's right. Thank you so much for watching. This story really shows how even in our weakest moments, we can find incredible strength. If you were moved by this modern-day retelling, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more stories that make you think. Drop a comment below and let me know what you thought. Until next time, stay strong and stay blessed.